I don't know, like I feel like every time I'm in that area, like creating like music, like hearing my voice play with a beat, I just want to keep doing better and better, you know. Like I like how my music makes people feel, because like sometimes after I perform, people come up to me and like, yo, like this song made me feel this way. I'm like, damn, like when I was making that song, like that's how I felt too. So like I'm glad you came up to me in that. So I think like that kind of stuff just keeps me going, because like it's making like a dent in the world in some way, like a good dent, you know. My name is Akim Rubi, and I'm an artist / musician. I'm from East Africa, Tanzania, and I grew up there for 10 years and then moved here. I like making music. Like ever since I was in Africa, like I always like danced around to like American music. Like that's what we watch and stuff. So like I kind of grew up like listening to music and dancing, and people like saw me doing me. And when I moved out here, like it just kept going. Like I barely like spoke English and stuff, so I made friends, and like they liked listening to music, and I started listening to the same stuff they did. Kind of like helped me learn English. Like now people say like I barely have an accent, but that's because like my love for music. In Africa, I listen to like T.I., Lil Wayne, like Shakira. It's a lot of random stuff. So like right now, I feel like the type of music I make, like I can't stay in one genre, because like I'm growing up listening to all that stuff, including like my stuff back home, like the Afro beats, like African music or whatever. I feel like that kind of helps me be like a different type of artist, because I try to tap into like what I grew up listening to. One of my neighbors was like a music like manager / he was like an engineer or whatever. So like one of the biggest like African artists, his name was Ali Kiba. He was like some like singer or whatever. He was like a big person. That's like the first time like when I was having convos with like their like kids or whatever. They're like, oh, my dad works with this artist. Like that's a big artist. That's like the closest thing I like came to music. But my family knew I liked music, because like they would just like throw on like TV like random shows, like, and I just started dancing, like busting moves and stuff. So and then we'll go to like we had a water park in Africa. Like people think we don't have water parks and shit like that, but we had a water park, and they had like a little like island like circle thing where it was like a stage where kids could just like go up and dance, and like I would just go up there and just like try to dance. I'll be too shy and like I'll cry. Everybody's dancing, I'll just like run off the stage. Yeah, I just always like music. But I never really met a lot of artists out there, because nobody really makes music. Everybody just like does it. I mean, the big difference was like coming here, like going to school, like everybody was just like so different from us. Like we spoke English, but it was like so like we had a thick ass accent, and I could barely like say a lot of words that other kids could say. So that was like, I feel like that kind of, it was already like a big separation, trying to like understand other people, and like, you know. Yeah. I started dancing like when, I don't know if y'all know like She Love Michi and Tusi, like they started like making like those trendy videos, and King Emperor and like Ayo and Teo. So I remember like just watching them like start off, like they were like barely getting started and shit. I didn't really know how to dance. Like I just knew a few, like I knew how to do like the Dougie and like the jerk, that's it. Yeah, I was watching those people, and like I was just doing like, you remember Dub Smash? I was dancing on Dub Smash. Yeah, just like making random videos. I knew they sucked, but like I was like learning, so kept going. Like every day after school, I just get bored and start dancing, making those videos. Out of nowhere, like I see like more people making them, like local kids making like the Dub Smashes, and that's how I kind of like met my group, because we just like see each other on like Instagram dancing, and then just hit each other up, and then linked up in Chicago. And then yeah, I was with this group like named Rich Tribe, and it was like 4 or 5 of us. Everybody else was like raw as fuck at dancing. I was like just learning, so I felt like that was a good big separation too. So I kind of like watched them dance, and kind of watch their feet and like how they move, how to like dance, like catch this beat, like small beats or whatever. I just started dancing like that, and like they let me in, because like they saw like I was trying, you know what I'm saying? As time went on, I just kept getting better and better, and we're doing like those videos like where like a popular song comes out, and like we do like dance videos to it, and like throw it on YouTube, and then we started getting like a lot of views, and then we started doing like dance shows out here. Like when Cole was like, I don't know if he was like starting the Lyrical Lemonade stuff, but coming up, like he was working with like Nike Boy Swoosh, he was working with Famous Dex. So this one time I grabbed like a VIP pass online that was selling for Famous Dex, and I didn't even know like Cole Bennett or Lyrical Lemonade or whatever, you know. I was just pulling up for decks and there was a VIP pass that said backstage, so I'm like, alright, that sounds fun. Like, I bet like nobody else is like seeing this like VIP pass, you can be backstage, so I was like, I'm gonna grab that shit, you know. So I just went to the show. I was young as fuck. I was like 15, 14. On the line to go like VIP, like to the VIP section or whatever. And I started just like talking to people like on the line, and then like I met some cool people that like, you can just slide, like, you know what I'm saying, like slide with us. His name was like Nike Boy Swoosh.
You started?
Yeah, I was on stage. I ended up on stage. I don't know how I ended up on stage, but I just ended up going on stage and dancing like while people were performing and shit, you know. So and I got videos and shit and all of that. So from there, that's when like I remember I was dancing and I saw like just how the energy of the crowd or whatever. I was just like in the back, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing like people performing, like Famous Dad's going crazy, all these artists going crazy. So I think that's what kind of like motivated me to like start doing my own music, cause like I was getting attention and stuff from dancing, but like I rather like I know how to, I love music and shit, so I'm like I might as well try like
doing something different. Started it all.
Yeah, out of nowhere like I just transitioned to making music, cause like I just felt like my homie passed away, like my group, one of my homies passed away. His name was KD. I feel like that kind of like split our group up. We started going hard for a little while, but like it was just like different. It was like super different because like he was like one of us, and like we're still going crazy for him. But at the same time, we all kind of just like after that, like dancing was just like a different thing to us, you know. I'm like, yeah, that shit's still out. I dropped it on SoundCloud. I remember dropping that shit. So my brothers and cousins, like they started recording before me, so I was always in the studio, but I never like thought about recording and stuff. But one day I just randomly made a song, it's called All We Do. So I dropped it on SoundCloud. I didn't think it was gonna go crazy, but like I went like, it's cool, like the next couple of days everybody was like coming up to me like, yo, like we love that song, like honestly I think this shit sucks, but if y'all like it, cool. So like just walking around the hallway, people just like start singing the song randomly to me, like looking at me. I was like, I gotta keep making more music. So like then after that, I just started dropping like random like little songs, I think like 1 or 2. And then I dropped this other song called Red Sea. That's still out. I'm thinking about remaking that song and just like dropping it like this year, even though I made it like 4 years ago or some shit. Cause I feel like, you know, sometimes you gotta go back because people didn't see, everybody else didn't see that fucks with you now. And you have a song that's like down on the low key. That's why I think I'm gonna do that this year. Recreate that song. That's what motivated me to just keep going to the studio. Then I started putting like dancing all the way to the side and just, but sometimes like now I'm glad I danced before, cause like when I like hit the stage now and shit, say like I don't feel like rapping anymore. I see the crowd like not going as crazy. I could just bust a move, you know. So like I put the mic down, start like dancing, and I feel like that kind of stands me out from like other artists, you know. Just try to be different, you know. I think I started taking it seriously like I said like 2 years ago. I feel like I started like listening to my songs, and like as time went on, I started knowing like my mistakes and stuff. So like every song I'll try to keep like progressing, like keep trying to get better, like flow better, try not to like stutter these words or like, you know, like shit like that. So I just kept going to the studio and getting like better and better. Yeah, my first music video when I was my homie Jacc, we went to like school together in photo class. We just linked up, and then he told me that he was like a camera guy. We started linking up and going to Chicago and like just exploring around like the city and stuff, trying to like make random videos or like taking random photo shoots and just posting them on Instagram. Then we just go to like we try to find new locations every time. So he ended up finding like an abandoned prison, and he went with his friends, like checked it out. I was like, yo, like he came back to like class, like we gotta shoot a video there or whatever. We gotta go like explore it. And then yeah, so he broke into like a random abandoned prison, and then he brought us with and shit. So it was like me and my cousins and him. He knew that like where we were going, so we had to follow Jacc. So we parked. It was like in the middle of nowhere, like at a farm or some shit. And we parked our car like in some sketchy spot. I'm like, this shit look like we gonna get towed right here, cause it's not even this parking spot, you know. It's like tall grass, and we just following this man with a camera, you know. So it felt like he knew what he was talking about. We had to hop gates and shit, and we hopped this gate and walked, and I started seeing like military like shit, you know, like
yeah, it was a military.
It was like a military base, like on like bunkers and all that shit, abandoned cars. So we just got to the location. I'm like, oh shit, this looks dope, and that's where we shot our first music video with my cousin. Yeah, it was dope. It was a nice experience, just like feeling like you're doing something. Like my engineers, like when I go to a studio, just like hang around, like somebody like walks in, or like some of my engineers trust me enough to play other people's music, you know, and so like they'll throw like random like sessions on, like me just listening to the stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, I think this is dope. Like this guy sounds different. I'm like, what's his IG, Instagram? So I hit them up like, yo, like Jim played me this song, whatever. Like yeah, we just like link like that and then start creating, you know, if we fuck each other, like if we like our vibes, whatever, and just they have the love for music and creating, just keep creating without like too much drama, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? That's how I find people to work with. Just some people I can like stay around for a long time instead of just like working and then stopping, you know. I'm working on a few singles right now. People are telling me to do projects. They want me to do like albums, like put 3 songs or like 5 songs, but right now I feel like what's popping are like singles, especially if you're not like your name is not out like that. It would suck to drop like a whole tape and nobody listens to it, you know. So right now I'm just trying to get like the right attention, like grab a crowd, you know, like have people feel me before I have to drop like a project. So right now I'm working on singles, and I'm about to drop the single actually on Sunday. It's called On Boss. I shot a video to that. We drove down to Utah, from Chicago to Utah. I was supposed to fly, but like I wanted a whole team there. Like, you know, it would be expensive getting like tickets for everybody. A few months ago, we rented a van and hopped in the van, just drove all the way to Utah. Some of the crew had like family in like Utah, and then so we would stay with them, and then we just book Airbnbs, hop around shooting the video. The location's kind of dope because it's a little different. It's like mountains and just like random like nature, you know, like it's not too much like flashy shit, like no like flashy cars or all that. So it's kind of dope. I feel like we was really pushing towards like bringing my energy, my vibe into like this like big like nature area, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people don't shoot. So we're trying to see how can we make it work, how can we have people like be interested in this. So I had a dope crew, drone pilot, like 3 cameramans. It's pretty dope. People flew from like New York that barely like met me like once for like an hour. Like they barely knew me, but they heard this song and they're like, oh shit, like this is some dope shit. So they flew out when we drove down there, and we just started like picking locations on Google Maps and kind of creating like a route. Went to Salt Flats. A lot of like people like going there, like driving their cars because it's just like flat. Yeah, people usually take like foreign cars on there and take pictures, but we had like a minivan with like full of camera equipment and shit. And hella snack. We had hella snacks in that trip. Like half of the budget went in fucking like chips and juice and all that shit. But yeah, we was just driving down, trading off. Like we was getting sleepy as hell, but we was trading off like every 5 hours, right?
Yeah,
like some shit
like
that.
Like 8 hours trading off.
Yeah, we drove there and back.
Like, what was like? You guys like feel like you bonded a lot more? Like,
yeah, hell yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it definitely felt like these are people I can like work with long term. You know, that's what I like, working with people I can call friends instead of just like straight business. You know, but we just like listen to music. Just everybody kind of like try to like get along. Like it's not too much drama. You know what I'm saying? So like it's pretty dope. Yeah, and at the same time, it just felt like I was getting shit done. You know, like damn, these people are coming out here for me. Like I gotta make sure everybody's in line. Like, you know, like everybody's like getting along, vibing. Yeah, it was pretty dope. Like that shit, it feels so dope having like a bunch of like-minded creatives that kind of pitch in like ideas on what to do. So yeah, it didn't really feel like anybody was bossing me around. Like anybody was telling me like, oh, go do this, go do that. Like it was just like it all kind of flowed in a way. We like just like, understood each other, like, you know,
helping each other to make it as great as it can be.
Yeah, and I knew like these motherfuckers crazy too, so like they'll be, if I want to hang off this shit, they'll be like, alright, cool, do that shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was climbing like rocks and like on some scary shit. Like on the other side, if I like kind of fell back, like I could have died. And you remember that art shit? Yeah. So I was climbing shit. People had sprained ankles. Remember Michael had sprained ankle. He had a fat ass camera. It was like a Black Magic, nice ass lens, like all that shit. So he was like controlling the camera, And then Teddy was another director that was there. And his little brother came to take pictures of me. Like, it was pretty dope. Jacc was drone pilot. Yeah, we just kind of all like synced. Woke up, got to shooting. Like, somebody was in the car warming up the car when it was cold. Like, it was pretty dope. Like, everybody played like a big part, actually. Yeah, but we were in a minivan and we were like Utah, so some roads are kind of like sketchy, you know. It was super like icy, so.
Who's the worst driver in your crew?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You be swerving, bro. Hey, that should be scaring me, bro. I swear to God, I think it's Jacc. But Jacc, some reason, like when you drive, you like kind of swerve for like 1 second, but you come back. So like, I got used to that shit quick. Damn, to be honest, like it's cool and all. Like I fuck with it. I feel like it's getting better. Like last year or like the year before, people were not like really thinking about let's work together, you know? People are just like kind of in their own little like groups and like circles, but I feel like it's getting better. Like I see a lot of people kind of like networking and like kind of coming close, like kind of like a community, you know what I'm saying? Like artist community. So I feel like a lot of places I've visited, like New York, every time I go to New York, people just kind of seem like different. Like everybody's like trying to like listen to your music more, like follow you on. It's like it's different. Like everybody's kind of, it's like it felt like more like community going to New York, and like compared to here, like a few years ago, I feel like nobody was really like trying to be opened up to like different artists or whatever. It's kind of like more closed off, but again, like it's getting better. Like I see a lot of people kind of getting together, so it's pretty cool. Or even shows, like I feel like people, it's hard to get like a real like gig, you know, like it's open mics and stuff, like that stuff is cool. Like we can do that a couple times, you know. Once you feel like you're ready to progress, like trying to get like into the next stage where like you want to like be on like a book show like out here or some shit, you know, like a bigger venue, or like just move around. Like I feel like it's kind of harder like to like, you know what I'm saying, unless that step up. Again, like I feel like that's changing now. Like people are starting like not only see the big people, like big names, like they're starting to see like the underground people doing something, you know. So like, oh, like let's pull like this person out, like, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, so I'm starting to see like a difference in that. So it's pretty dope. So that's why like I can't say like I want to leave or stay. I'm like I want to see how this goes, you know. Like this is where I'm from, so might as well like stick around and try to like make shit work, you know. I feel like one of my biggest challenges like right now is just like being a father and making music, but it's like it's not a bad thing, you know. It's like it's different. Like I gotta make sure like I kind of feel like what are those things? Hourglass?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that in a way with like this music side. Like that's why I've been kind of going hard, because like I'm at the point where like my daughter's 2. Like I'm not big yet. Like my name is not like super out there. So like it's a problem, and it's like motivation in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see it as a big problem. I try to see it as a motivation, because like that hourglass going down. You know what I'm saying? So like
so much time.
That's why like I recently just like started going hard. Like partners, like having people like believe in me, like just like selling myself to them so like they can work with me. You know, because like I'm just being confident about like this music stuff, because like again I have a 2-year-old daughter, so gotta make sure if this is what I'm choosing right now, it's like it's kind of for both of us, but in a way it's kind of for me because it's what I want to do. If I go a long time not being like a good artist, you know, so I might have to keep that to the side. I'm not trying to kick it to the side, so I'm trying to make something happen so I can just be able to manage both. Like, all right, you straight, I can provide for you with this music, you know what I'm saying? So that's like what I'm going for right now. So this is my time to go hard, because I have I have support. That's why it's like not super hard. Like I can't say like, oh damn, being a dad is hard, because like my dad looks out for me when I have shows. Like if I gotta do some shit, like somebody's there for me. That's why it helps having like making sure you're being healthy with people, like being nice to people, because like they gonna look out for you, you know, when time like you need them, you know what I'm saying? My dad and shit, like sometimes like he just like gives me like little challenges and shit, like he's like work hard for like get like 2K, I'll give you 2 more K to shoot this video, you know what I'm saying? Not just 2K to do whatever, but like if I tell him like I have this song, like he just like he likes my songs. I play that shit, it's like it's a vibe or whatever. He likes the Afrobeat, like I'm taking the Afrobeat route, because that's where he grew up listening to like Afro songs, like yeah, so like that's why I'm glad I tapped into it, because it kind of helps me connect to my dad more, and like just people back home, and just that whole culture. So it kind of makes me feel like I'm still myself in a way, you know? What I would tell kids that want to pursue the same career as me, like first things first, just be yourself and like live, go out, like do some, like don't be stuck in a room all day like playing games or going on TikTok. Like that shit's cool and all, but like you just gotta go out there and like go to a party, like hang around some cool people that motivate you and that bring you up, you know? And just experience different things. Don't be closed-minded to trying new things like sports or like random, whatever you can get your hands on, you know? But just try to stay like, yeah, motivated, keep pushing, you know? Keep practicing every day. Practice is big.